I want to see how Mirage looks first, if I'm being honest, Richard, before I really throw myself into this prediction game.
And
because this
Shazam!
one here,
I grant your wish,
yeah,
because we are about to get into the action. So we're going to find out whether GODSENT can start strong or whether Triumph are going to live up to their name.
As a GODSENT T-side start, 2 sets of nades, Dumao and Taco. Lato, one of the guys didn't have the best of days versus Extra Salt, so look forward to seeing him play a little bit more today. Cooper aggressive position here in this B hallways. Gets the one on Barton though, but it's gonna go down. Shakespeare gets a little bit flashed as well, but he does manage to get back to the bomb site. And here comes the rotates, a little bit slow at that.
Oh.
Phelps with a nice kill as well. Bombs going down.
Double dinked with the Glock. You hate that. Barely get a chance to react. Motum all caught as well. Phelps getting even more aggressive. And now this retake is pretty screwed. 2 on 4, no kit. Kills are being given away. Fights being taken, but no shots connecting for Triumph means GODSENT are on the board. This pistol round being theirs.
Yeah, you know, like looking at the individuals here on GODSENT, I do like the kind of pool of experience that you've got, right? Phelps and Taco obviously is the 2 most experienced players in the team. And then you kind of have like the other 3, and the other 3 also come with a bit of a range of experience, right? From Lato and Dumao, who are a little less proven at the top levels, and then guys like Barton, who have kind of been showing his head there with maybe a little more in terms of results. I think it would probably be like, you know, Barton coming in as like the 3rd most, Dumao 4th, Lato 5th. But that's nice. It means you have like a mixture of players who already have set styles, already have set ideas, coming in with ideas from other teams that they've been on. And then you also have like some kind of blank slates, some very moldable players. So that's good for Taco as the IGL, right? You can kind of make them what you want them to be. Over here at Ramp, both Motum and Sheikh Zullet are on the receiving end of this A play, and this is looking good for GODSENT. They're picking up the pace, they've got the smokes down, there isn't really much that Triumph can do. Oh, this little veil of smokes is in the way.
The nade is good, but it's just a few seconds too late. And so Lato gets away fairly unharmed, and this retake becomes a near-on impossibility. We've even got Barton wrapping mid. I love this move, and because of Triumph taking so long, he's going to be set up well early as well. You often see these flanks come in to win the 1v2s, the very late round play. Well, this is early. That being said, Triumph aren't going for it. They just sat back in CT Spawn hoping for kills to be given, some exits, and they might get some fights after all. Nades going in, spray, and wallbang for Lato will finish 1, and Triumph will have to get away with these pistols and this armor. It's going to be 2-0 for GODSENT. Nice clean round so far. Lots of players surviving, already banking up that money.
Yeah, hoping to have 3 members from Triumph survive there, save some weaponry and some armors for this round, but only keeps 2. Scout and Deagle on B-Wills. But exactly what you want here. We talk about the inexperienced younger players on the side of GODSENT, so having a good start here from the first map in an elimination game is important.
Oh.
I was gonna say though, I like this from Triumph anyway. The 2 weapons only, sure. Maybe you can.
Yes.
Oh, where's Richard?
Ah! Oh, it's delayed screen,
when I do it now, it just sounds like the Prodigy Poison when I do that screen.
From the afterlife. Man, okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You've just made me sad. R.I.P.
Oh.
I'll be crying with the mic muted for the next 5 minutes.
Sorry, Richard. 3 or 4. I mean, you can give it a go, but the util is very punishing in the post plants. 3 HE still left up, but you could destroy Triumph with those. They're all coming in from one position. But with that smoke down, Barton could just hide in the corner, tucked up. Dumao here's the AK picked up, and he deals with Motum. Now everyone just going to collapse into this bomb site. Barton with 1, traded by a rifle, but you don't need to give these kills over if you're Lato. The flash is good from Dumao, and Lato cleans it up. Shake. Smooth move, but can he get the AK? Oh, he's got it. He's got out.
Nice one, Sheikh Zilla. Nice.
It's only a Galil.
It's
so
only a Galil, but you know, you'll
swings
take
and
what you can
roundabouts.
get.
He's
You'll
got
take what
moves
you
for
can
a
get.
big lad. Fair play to him.
Yeah. No, that's banging. You know, you get out the round with a little bit extra, you do some damage, you force some reinvestment. Something I want to say to GODSENT's credit and to Taco's credit at that is like, you know, I think when you compare GODSENT to Oplano, GODSENT are looking tactically a lot more sound, right? It feels like Taco's tried to nail down some foundations with this team in terms of, you know, like they're always good at setting each other up. You don't have like these big individualistic moments where like it's all hinging on one guy. It feels like the protocols are looking pretty good. They already have, you know, a bit of an identity. We know them as the team that likes to play it very, very slow, very, very methodically. And I think that's great, considering that Taco is kind of working with lesser known pieces than guys like KNG within Oplano, who's also on a similar journey, right, of developing his IGL role.
Here it is, the big rifle round, what we've all been waiting for. Cooper's got that AWP. He's been smoked out of the window, though. Only damage done is a nade onto Cynic on short. He really does look good as well. Very inexperienced in comparison to some of the players we have in the server, but quite the talent. And if we've learned anything from these last few days of NARMR, there's some really good young players that we should be keeping our eyes on in this region. Cynic being one. Phelps sees some legs and he grabs a kill. Cynic did open up, but he falls at B, and now it's all on B-Wills. Trapped in at the car, going to try and flash himself for a peek, but he's going to lose his life through the smoke. Just tapped out. Ridiculous shot. Cooper trying to regain lost ground in B, but GODSENT are deep.
Yeah, pretty lucky there for Lado, getting the shot through the smoke, including that he was flashed. Nice execute though, nonetheless.
Oh.
What a good start here as well for GODSENT. I was gonna say, you could see the potential here of them looking for a potential chase, but we don't have to worry too much. There's no kit on Triumph. There might be one on site. Dumao getting the kill on Sheikh Zilla there should close off the round.
Oof.
Lato was all on Cooper, so no saved weapons either. Side of Triumph.
Oh man, those odds, have they grown even more? Or am I imagining it? I'm pretty sure GODSENT are now even more favored. People are liking what they're seeing, and I don't think, you know, you can disagree with that. This has been a really, really nice start out of GODSENT here. You know, a part of me always forgets that, like, the team they were up against was Extra Salt in their opening game. And so I think maybe, you know, like, my estimations of GODSENT coming into this were a little skewed as a result, right? Like, that Inferno game we got out of GODSENT versus Extra Salt was great.
Yeah.
It felt like it was their game to win.
And lose. They had a lot of match points in that one, didn't they? And as soon as Extra Salt actually managed to grab a match point themselves, they just closed it. So it's very sad for GODSENT, honestly, the way that went through. The amount of 3-0 halves in OT that got swept aside. Ridiculous. You rarely see that at this level. But nonetheless, they're here to play today, and they're already showing us a lot of face. An opening kill from Taco. He's got Phelps in the window. Taco does get traded. It's only pistols, and Phelps should have the drop here. B-Wills, hard flick to hit if he wants to commit, and he does not. Back to B he goes, making the right read. GODSENT are coming up catwalk. Cynic tucked to B as well. Probably not going to get mollied, and that kill onto B-Wills as well. Baits him back in. Cynic peaks, but he loses as well, and everything gets cleared out. Dumao checking all the corners. Just a big flank from Cooper, but an unwinnable round. He's on damage control.
Nice to see Lado as well, having a great start of the game here. So a guy that we pointed out did not have the best of games versus Extra Salt, but it's popping off so far. 2 more kills that round to him. He's in the lead with 9. Here we see the first time up being called here from Triumph. Let's try and figure some stuff out. Can't really be talking all too much. It's been 1 weapon run, right? Which, you know, lost some entries, opened up the bomb site there, a little bit unlucky at the same time. So I think here we just talk about, sure, maybe we want to do a special play, but after timeouts, I don't know, people tend to be pretty aware of it and they kind of expect it. So I think here it's just all about polishing up the rotates a little bit. Let's talk about some potential moments if, GODSENT does something similar towards that B side again. Cooper and Cynic here with AWPs. A bit of a change here right off the bat. And that's heading over towards mid and catwalk. Cooper holding that from jungle.
Spawn side smokes, but look at where they're going after they throw them. They're wrapping back to middle. Right now, try and think the majority of these T's are at the A site because that's what the utility would dictate, but it's a bit of a ruse. They are coming to end A, but from the connector. Cynic's second AWP might spot this before it happens. And there's the shot opening up now, telling his team to be wary of middle as they walk up behind the jungle smoke. I like this move. Everyone's committed into A right now. Bottom behind another smoke. They start to fade. Shake pokes his head out for one, but now the T start to flood through. Another AWP bites back from CT, and these orbs have kept Triumph in the round. 4-on-2. Bottom hunting, and he's dropped the bomb. It's only Demao. Got some time to play with, but they're already swarming on the site. Second kill of the round, but now a double con peek and a lineup maybe. He's grabbed a freebie. No way he can run away with this one. The orbs will be the savior of Triumph. 3 kills from them, and the first round on the board. Better late than never.
I like the idea from GODSENT there, as we kind of see. I think that's one of those kind of rounds that we kind of see. They might have dry rounded a little bit on a server before. It's all about the timing, right? All about the potential of, expecting the CTs to having to delay you. So I think timing there, smokes were fading a little bit as they were pushing up, which meant that the Triumph AWPers had full vision. First round on the board for them though, so nice hold. A cool idea, I liked it. Normally you see the fake into B, right? Or you see that A hit. Rarely do you see A fake into an A split.
Yeah, look at the crunch right now. There's 4 CTs ready for the B play. They're getting flanked from under. Bottom's pushed below, and there's 3 on the site. B-Wills dealing with Barton hopping in, and the spacing is pretty whack right now for GODSENT. They're getting churned up. And by 1, there's another. Phelps does live to deal with the flank, but the AWP on B is holding strong. Cynic showing some stern stuff and finding a second for Triumph.
Money now getting a bit bad on the GODSENT side. They're actually going to opt to buy. Should be the last one that they have. And for Triumph, and it was a good hold, so they do manage to collect a little bit of money in their banks. Not where they would want it still, though. And it's a fast A setup here for GODSENT, so we're going to be flipping the switch a little bit from slow rounds into oh, actually they just walk up. We're gonna be filling out some nades here in the back side of things. Here they come.
Yeah, killing jungle before the smoke even comes down. Phelps has hopped over stairs. Oh, this is lovely, but Cooper hits the shot out of nowhere. Shake almost stops the plant, but almost won't cut it. 4-on-3 on the retake. Triumph still in control of the round, but they've got to be careful as these T's begin to get aggressive. It's a whiff from Lato. He couldn't pick a target, and 2 kills for Shake on the retake means Barton is alone. No time to wrap around the world. He's going to give it a go, but they can just get on this bomb. Now, they might take their time, right? They don't know he's doing this. So the assumption is he's going to peek off of a tap. That might cause a bit of delay, but Barton's just saving, mate. He's not interested. I thought he'd at least go for it. Obviously, the bomb's not open for middle. But, damn, just throwing in the towel at the first hurdle, giving Triumph another round. That's 3 in a row. And you talk about the money, Robin, it's dived off a cliff.
Yeah, I can see it though from Barton. It's 1 versus 4. They kind of had, even if you were to try and wrap there, the odds, yeah, maybe you get the 1 kill, but their money is also not looking great. So him's just saving the weapon and armor. We'll see if he drops one or if he's just going to be buying out utility for himself. But yeah, it's a half buy. So yeah, now when they made this decision, yeah, you might as well just gone for it, since you would be saving anyway. But if you were expecting to buy this round, then sure, I could see the Barton save.
I'm glad they ecoed though. I remember against Extra Salt they had a lot of scary investments, a lot of like triple forces in a row on Inferno T side, so a bit dangerous. But for now, taking it nice and, well, not slow, but safe with this eco.
Yeah, they've got this opener, right? Rotations are having to come in. This isn't a surefire round for Triumph yet, and they know it. Uh-oh, it could get really out of hand now. They lose the only man that was actually in the site. Now the pressure's on these short players. They start to try and go through the short smoke, and that is a decision they will come to regret. With that kill there, will that tempt them back in? It looked like it was about to be the save. Now they're kind of re-energized. Now they've got a reason to give this a go.
Especially when they can buy next round as well. Yeah, it's still very dangerous. We're expecting Shakesula to get a kill here, and maybe they'll still go for it. But at this time, if they're not going to give them anything, you should still be seeing a save.
Or run. Yeah, I actually really like the GODSENT tuck in there. After they lose a player pushing market, they realize this is still losable. This is still a round that can be thrown. So they just lock into an angle. They hold down. They don't peek anything, and they even get exits.
And we got to remember, especially we talk about the inexperience, right? Like, it sounds easy, right? Oh, just don't peek. But when it's on the server, when you talk about the inexperience, and especially when you have trigger-happy new teammates, they might, all they want to do, right, might be that extra peek. We noted that as well yesterday and 2 days ago versus Sapphire, right? Like a player that's also coming up and up. The tendencies of over-peeking. So the fact of the matter here for GODSENT is everyone's on the same page. There's no over-peeking, right? We don't need to. They have to defuse the bomb. Don't give them anything that we don't have to. So absolutely, yeah, it's solid.
The fear is you're getting walked on, right? You don't want to be not peeking anything and suddenly 2 players have just snuck out of market, but it's the risk you got to take to win a round like that. Great eco picked up. Cooper throwing caution to the wind, and he catches Taco on his retreat. What a shot. No escaping for the in-game leader, and now 4-on-4. Equalized once again. Only Cooper AWPing this time around. Cynic doesn't quite have the money for it. We've already seen some banging shots from him, so won't be the last time, I imagine. Mid is conceded, but Motum is waiting in this fade. Got a care connector as well. His teammates push deep in on the ramp. Cooper's back is technically open right now. Phelps could walk into it, not that he knows. And Window's been given up as well. Cooper really is in a tough spot. Tucked in on Tetris. Might want to make sure he's in the corner. Barton's coming in on this late flank as well, and the barrel given away. Lato with a freebie, and you wonder if that was communicated by Triumph. Like, Bottom rotates out, but Cooper doesn't move a muscle, knowing that they could just walk up connector after seeing them in mid.
I think it's a bit of a gamble. If the mid setup does come in there and they start raining in, Cooper is actually in a good spot because he can go down a ramp, right, and it's a little bit safer. He only has the one area to peek. But yeah, maybe wasn't expecting just a walk up. I think that's a really nice play there by Phelps. Lado as well. Phelps was the one that went into jungle first, but he was the first one to really take point in that, allowing Lado to walk up to the side the way he did. But really playing the rotates well here, GODSENT.
Yeah,
a lot of map control for free.
I've liked the calling. It's been nice.
It's been really good, hasn't it? Like, especially, you know, we talk about how, you know, you've got Taco and Phelps, there's a lot of experience, but the other guys, you know, not so much. All of them kind of around like a year, 2 years, thereabouts, right? At least, you know, with like exposure where you know, you're going to be knowing these names and they weren't like on the grind upwards. It's really, really great to see that this team is looking tactically so sound, right? Like Taco, one of the first to fall in that round there, leading from beyond the grave. And yet everything was still very, very measured, right? Even with him not actually kind of present to dictate the pace himself. I'm really liking what we're getting out of GODSENT. Like, this is a very, very exciting team tactically, which is great when you consider as well how there's still like more to be built up. There's still more time that can be given to this team. Opening kill found onto Cooper. And now mid control kind of hanging in the balance. GODSENT, they want it. B-Will's trying to deny this control from the short side, and he is good for one. However, it's instantly given back over. Shakesula peeking, and B-Wills is once again trying to get those numbers back in the advantage of Triumph, but that digs the hole even deeper this time. Martin knows a big play is going to get made, so he tries to take that peek, and he comes to regret it.
Yeah, maybe not knowing when to quit, right? Like, they got the 4-on-4 back, but it didn't seem like that was enough. They weren't satisfied. No more flashes into mid as well. They had some flashbangs. They just decided to dry peek, and obviously Shake's just holding an hanging con. He gets spammed to a smoke, but then more and more players just going for 1v1s and getting cleaned up. Taco should be dead here, and Cynic now giving away his position. B has been taken by Barton. He knows he can knife out all the way to market, and the bomb is coming up catwalk as well. Not much Cynic can do, but that's a freebie. However, he's still so far away from the objective, and he's considering that things could end A. Lots of time for GODSENT to get set up. Isn't it lucky that he's running there? Because if he's a little wider in connector, Phelps is dead, and you're in a one-on-one with a kit. But he ran because the kit was in top left con. So,
oh my
shame.
god, yeah, okay. Phelps is kind of toying with the idea, like, do I want to fight this? Oh,
Yes.
Phelps, you cheat. Oh, but hang on a second. Cynic wiser to it.
No time, though.
Yeah, no time to go for the round, so... You know, Phelps at least does a good job there of not overextending, right? He still gives the AWP away by taking that peek. It's not the end of the world. You understand, like, the risk versus the reward of that situation. You know he can't win the round. And he does take everyone out of it. Cynic, with 4 kills to save the AWP.
Yeah, mate, this double AWP setup looks nasty as well for Triumph, right? It may not be netting them rounds or a lot, but they won rounds off of Cooper and Cynic alone, like hitting 3 or 4 kills between them. So... yeah, I mean, we all know Cooper's a crazy AWP player, but Cynic, less familiar, however, looking just as calm. Oh, shuffling some guns around, giving Cooper the AWP back. And we've got another buy round here for both teams.
Shakezilla, there's a free double. Oh, and well, it's gone from looking so clean. You know, you had to have one little dirty round in there. They try and hit the A bomb site fast, but they weren't ready for the close MP9. And everything kind of turns chaotic past that. It felt like all those players getting out Palace were worried about fights at ramp, worried about fights at jungle. They're not even accounting for the triple player. Dumao is now all alone. 1 kill to his name already, but he needs the ace in a 1v4. It's a pretty tall order. I wonder what Taco's trying to say to him in this time.
Good
luck. Yeah, man.
Please save.
Yeah, I mean, if he saves, they could buy off of this, so definitely important. A lot of time to spend, but might be worth it.
Oh, they've heard him run. B Wells. There's an AWP there, buddy. Watch out. Dumao has another, but it's not about the win at this point. It is about just getting away. And really, if you Triumph, right, you're scraping for rounds right now. You don't want to lose another player. Keeping 3 alive is extremely important to their money. If you win a round with 2 up, you technically don't profit. Obviously, every round is a profit in and of itself, right? It's always worth, in my opinion, throwing away every gun for the round, right? That's all that matters at the end of the day. But it's all about setting yourself up for success in the future, having more money, having more gun rounds. And so Triumph will.
Yeah, you talk about getting more money. It's a good job Shakezilla got those MP9 kills up at ramp, right? Nice little $1,200 made there.
Yeah, sure. I'm not touching that.
And so now, look, man. Nice little 4th round on the board for GODSENT. You've got the reinvestment coming in. I meant Triumph. Nice little reinvestment coming in, though, from the GODSENT crew. Right, complementing this AWP with rifles. You do only have a deagle on Taco, but that's fine. He's being very selfless there, taking the hit.
Triumph waking up, though, a little bit. See a mid-play here. Probably won't be seeing the flash either, so it might be a good spot to be in, but only gets the 1.
Ah!
Oh, I was gonna say, as soon as that happens, though, B-Will's forced to kind of drop the angle he was having at underpass, and Cooper, he had backed up at that moment.
Oh, so unlucky. Yeah, they had full mid, so he went back to help out on A. Who knew? As soon as he looked away, they would take it. And you talk about some of these like ideas of dry running for GODSENT, right? Some of these timings that they've done on these A smokes and then walking up connector. Well, that's another round where the timings are just perfect. They come out top mid, they get that kill. B-Wells, as you said, looks back to trade his teammate, and then he gets lurked out under. So it's just it's a lose-lose. Even if he holds under, max one, and then dead to top mid. It's just a trap getting crushed.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bit, sure, nothing is happening, but the same could be said for A, I believe, but you still kind of see Cooper rotate back and drop that angle in mid as well, hence why you see the two guys there. Normally when that happens, you tend to maybe fall back, or maybe you get a flash up mid.
Yeah, that's one thing I feel like we haven't seen. We haven't seen these flash peaks from Triumph, right? Like they haven't been popping each other into mid fights, but they've still been very keen for mid control. And when GODSENT aren't, playing fast out of the gate, taking mid quickly with a top mid smoke and running down catwalk, like they're just doing late round methodical mid takes, splitting bomb sites. Throwing an early flash at 148 over the A site isn't really going to save you at this point. So maybe some better util for Triumph could be winning them some of these middle fights. 4 rounds under their belt right now. And GODSENT wrecking this half. Oh, here's a faster round. I like the change of pace. Doing just what we haven't seen them do all game, which is, as I said, run up the catwalk immediately. But I do like the passive setup for Triumph. They give away mid. They're aware about it this time. There's not going to be any more backstabs. Motom's looking at window. That frees up Cooper as well with the AWP in B. And he does get tagged off the angle early. So they know the AWP's here. And I imagine we'll just see it rotate. Yeah, Cooper's staying mobile, keeping his opponents on their toes as he runs back to A.
Look at this spot from Phelps, man. He's just waiting for a window peek. Motom's on the other side. Mid control's still held, but they haven't done anything with these smokes that they've thrown yet. There's a flash to set up Motom. The trade will come in on behalf of Lato. B is where you're hoping that GODSENT end up, right, with only one man here, but that's not looking like where this is kind of gearing up towards. It is looking like the A place. The Triumph, they've got 3 in the right place at the right time. They've shut down the first man out of Con. The next to try and get across is the bomb. That's now dropped in the open. And this is suddenly left onto Phelps, who does get that nice spray through the smoke. That should really be the end of his journey here. Very, very fortunate that he isn't peeked from the window. I don't think he knows how close he came to death just there. But he will get away with the AWP at least. 5 on the board for Triumph. They deal with that mid take. That was a little bit awkward from GODSENT. It felt like they were hoping they were going to get fed more in that situation, right? They're dropping window smokes to try and bait peaks out of connector or short.
And that's because they have, right? In so many of these rounds, that's how GODSENT have won the opening fight and started to take advantages back in 4-on-4s. Motom gets flashed into mid there. It's a perfect play. Gets a kill, gets a lot of information, sees 2 more, and that just ensures his teammates at that point. It's 4 on either team, and half of your opponents in middle. You're no longer scared of everything. So yeah, it's a nice round for Triumph. I like the setup on A as well. The underbowed player baiting them in on the jungle swing and then just gets helped out by CT players. So Triumph looking for 6 at the end. GODSENT not really armed for the job. Saved AWP, surrounded by pistols with a MAC-10. GODSENT can win this round. That'll be impressive. They have won a B crunch like this before on an eco. But this one is quite confusing because they have 2 Palace but 3 B with a bomb. It's not like you can fake A with any kind of util out Palace, so...
I wonder if they're going to fake B here and then drop Palace into CT spawn. Is that going to be that crazy?
Come late under. Yeah, you called it.
For Flara, dude, there's still room for you in the IGL camp, I reckon. Look at this, Dumao. The AWP, no scope onto the first. Now he gets real. But Sheikh Zula, look at this! Look at this! Big brain, huge brain. His brain is visible from the ISS. Look at this. Underneath Palace now. They are never going to expect this, surely. They are. They're considering it. Oh, he's mollied out into the open. Sheikh Zula That big head only makes him easier to hit. And now Dumau's AWP brought down low has got to finish off the 1v2. He can't survive the cross. And so Triumph, they do manage 6 at the end of that first half. GODSENT still leading the way up on 9. And this next pistol round's going to prove to matter a hell of a lot. But you won't get the results of that until after this quick break, so don't go anywhere.
The Brazilian team may have descended from the heavens, but they are trying to avoid Triumph, sending them to hell on their map pick. Let's see if that happens.
Oh, it's another Richard Lewis opener, man. I've loved these. Phelps, he's going to get smoked off in window. Dumau trying to push through the con side is flashed off the angle, and now he's getting rushed down at quite a pace by Triumph. They've got 2 in Palace. They're looking to split into this A bomb site, and right now, GODSENT is set up to play retake here, so they need some kills to come in their favor, and that's what Phelps and Dumau have provided quite nicely. Taco even taking another out. Sheikh Zilla with this late short side flank has dealt with Phelps, and so now it's the 2 players out of CT wrapping onto B-Wills that leave it all on just the IGL of Triumph. The bomb's planted for Connector, but he's not really in a great spot to deny this defuse. The tag onto Barton does come in, but the defuse is held by Taco. And so GODSENT get themselves that pistol, and now they're eyeing up a victory, man. This is perfect for GODSENT to just start the sprint towards that 15-round, map point.
Yeah, Dumau toeing the line as well. He spots Connector. It's a very risky play as he gets whited, but he sees a bunch of players running down middle. So GODSENT were able to really just fall back into that A-site setup, like you said. Like they had planned the retake play, the smoke kit for the defuse, no problem there. And Triumph. Go ahead.
Pistols as well to GODSENT here. But it's a plant for Triumph, so it's an A-take fast one that they bought. See if this is going to work out for him.
Ooh, the Hawk rattling off. They're not ready for Lato. Mowing down 2. Lots of damage on these 2 remaining players as well. And Sheikh Zilla domed as he tries to plant the bomb. There's a gap in that con smoke towards shore. Martin's making good use of it. 4 health. 1 bullet through this box should do it, but Bottom somehow standing tall, but only for a moment. Another plant and 3 kills. Is that temptation enough?
Yes.
What do you think?
Absolutely. They should definitely be buying again here. Plant down, 3 guys dead. So the same concept here with the new money. You're looking at pretty equal kind of buy coming in for both of these 2 sides. Compared to the money on Phelps, Dumau and Lato that is forced to kind of rebuy here, and then on Triumph's end, if they want to be cheeky with it, they could be dropping one of their players an AK for an even better buy. But yeah, that's what we thought. The rebuy will definitely be coming in. 5 rifles this time around, and as for GODSENT, having 2 members alive, they actually do manage to have a good buy here, so another tough round for Triumph.
Oh dear. Well, no mid-control, they all block each other going through the window, so go to Con instead. Sprays with the smoke, the 1 AK gets an opener, and Cooper helps out.
Yeah, that's rough, man. That's, that little blocking window, it just goes to show you how a detail that can feel pretty insignificant at the time can have huge effect on how the round plays out. Dumau gets to Connector just a few seconds later than normal. He dies before he's able to get set up because they rush down mid in the fashion that they do. And on top of that, Phelps has been able to even take the peak that he wanted to out of window. They would have had the information that the rush was coming. There were 2 opportunities for you to deal with that better, and both of them got robbed because you get blocked going through the murder hole. So that's a pretty rough way to lose a round if you're GODSENT. Feels like a big stroke of luck for Triumph as well, right? Like the one round they decide to rush mid is the round that GODSENT block each other out of the control. So, hey man, the stars align and Triumph are up onto 7.
Got the cams on now. The boys. Looking ready to game, raring to go even.
See, now I like that room there. Yeah. I like Martin's room, man. Got it put together. It's It's just empty. And that's brilliant. You know, it's not like John G's room. John G's room's the tip.
Whoa, leave John G alone.
He makes his bed now, which is an improvement.
Yeah.
But it just feels like he's a guy with too much stuff.
What a specific critique. John G, you want to
It's not that
respond?
specific, man. Clearly, he just likes to hold on to stuff in case
Are
it's
you
gonna
calling
be
John G a
useful.
hoarder, Harry?
Well, maybe not a hoarder, but maybe like a few steps away, right?
How dare he have possessions?
Minimalism's all the rage now.
Oh, yeah.
And it's cheaper than hoarding. So...
That is true. I'll give you that. Not much else, though. Flash to mid for Triumph. This is a bit of a broken buy for GODSENT, putting some pistols in. Can the two guns do anything? Lots of control for Triumph, right? Just a methodical mid-take. We didn't see much of this from GODSENT, really. They either got offered up the kills or found that this area is completely absent and split Con a lot. That's what Triumph are going to do as well. Into the Org, the mow down, loads of damage, as well as one kill. Do now flashing fights, and he's got another. Oh boy, if he can reset and stay alive, he's got a Palace player to stop a plant. This is a very good position for GODSENT, even considering the fact that they've only got two guns, now made one. Taco cutting off the B rotate, but there's a player walking up short, and so Cynic is playing the late round, and he's heard Taco rotate. He's got a great timing on the flank. Taco gets one. Is he going to be ready for market? If they lose the bomb up on short, it's a disaster, and they've lost everyone. Taco with a lovely little B hold, rotating in time and finding 12. That was not a round GODSENT should be winning. Yeah, it's because I was saying should after. Words are hard, and rounds are harder, as Triumph are finding out.
Who's the I'm thinking, right, one of my favorite little Thorin impressions is from the cast on this map, where he's, you know, whose house? Weber's house. Who's he impersonating there?
Isn't that Thorin?
No, Thorin's saying it, but
Yeah,
he's
sorry.
impersonating someone. I think it was maybe Tosspot, but
I don't remember, man. That's an old school clip.
that is. I just always want to reference it, but I feel like not many people are gonna. It's not gonna.
Not even you. Yeah, you don't even get it, Harry. Okay,
Yeah, if
so
you're
this
gonna
round's
reference
just a
something, you're
deathmatch.
expecting him to at least come with the goods, you know?
Yeah, right. He's asking me what his reference
I
is.
think
I
I
don't
know.
Harry.
I think it was a. I don't know.
Yeah, well.
I'm gonna Google it right now.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll have the answers. Well, this was a deathmatch this round. Everyone just won a 1v1 all over the map for GODSENT. And so, where do you
Impressive
go
so
from
far.
here?
Not many places you can go. Up connector, hope that you spot someone, but the GODSENT have 3 members here. And a nice crossfire on top of that. 13 to GODSENT now, playing this very well, this first map. And for Triumph. Bit of a slow start, I'd say, on the first map, and then add on to that, now winning a pistol round. Sure, they win the 3rd round here, but on the 4th one, that maybe you can make the argument that they at least had the ability to win. They just put GODSENT in a good position. Good money on 3 of their members as well.
Oh, they're playing inside of A2. Lato's up on balcony. This could be a field day. Flash is not going to get him. It pops behind him. Oh, D pulls out a nade after killing one. And now it's down to the AWP. Dumao dancing behind triple. They're coming from all sides, everywhere. Left, right, and above. B-Will's on top of the stairwell. Phelps is going to come out through Con and help out. Nice dink from B-Wills, but can't convert, and Cooper falls as well. So, yeah, Triumph walk into the setup there. That was a pretty nice stack from GODSENT 3 on A. More than able to deal with it, and these odds are making more sense by the minute. At least for this map. I still am expecting a 3-map affair. I'm expecting Triumph to warm back in on Nuke. It's such a good map for them, unless GODSENT have done some serious homework, which sure is available. There's like 20 games played in recent times for Triumph on Nuke. So if GODSENT, you know, won at anti-strat, there's certainly a chance for them to do so. They've had a couple of days off since their last matchup. So yeah, I wonder if that will come through. Right now, this is it. The game rests on this round for Triumph.
Ooh, that's beautiful. A wonderful little opener out of Dumao, and Phelps is even there to assist him. Oh my Triumph, this could be how it all unravels. This could be how it all comes undone. Just down to Shakezilla and Motum down here in mid. And with so many numbers still up for GODSENT, all 5 for that matter, this shouldn't happen. Phelps with a clinical little shot drops the bomb on the short side, and Motum now is left to just try and make anything happen. He's gotten into window, they didn't know about that, and he's taken 2 to the grave with him. As he crosses into CT, he's got to worry about the ticket side, right? Holding from here is Lato, and if Motum goes any further, he's going to have to uncover that for himself. Phelps is even holding the rotation back into window, so for Motum, hard pressed to pick the right path here. He is in with a third.
No way.
This really would make him man of the match, but unfortunately Phelps is always nearby, ready to trade that out. The moment he hears the footsteps running away, Phelps decides that we've given Motum enough room here. We've made it comfortable enough. And so he just shoots him in the back. GODSENT up onto 15. And you know, you end up making it an expensive round. But to even take advantage of that fact, you've got to find something here up against map point with a pretty weak buy yourself.
Yeah, so we talk about it as well. I wonder if GODSENT knew the bomb was down, but I mean it's very much unwinnable situation for MOTM there. Maybe it would have been different if he had the bomb already, but fast A take here for Triumph, trying something. Nothing else been working out, so why not? To contact play up an A instead. But there's Phelps with 2 kills and does a lot of damage on the third. Still a 3-on-3 though. I guess never say never.
Oh, the smoke on Con. That's some help, but still 2 players out of 3 are holding the cross.
It helps the CT though.
Yeah, he plays around it. That stairs player only just gets that trade, and they don't even know about the orb that hasn't moved off this angle in some time. Shake's going to get aggressive. Walk into it, though, but sneaking and losing the bomb. Dumao, tighter angle now as the cross is covered by Taco. Cynic going up and over. The spot Taco falls off, and well, that will be the game. GODSENT take it with ease. 16-7 on their map pick. Quite a dominant start, and the GODSENT that we hope to see through this tournament. Can they keep it up into the second map of the series? Only time will tell. It's Nuke. It's the pocket pick of Triumph, and it's coming up after this break. See you there.